And once you've done that, you can ask your questions in the comment section of the video, Facebook video, during the live Parashakti Akashic video or during the live Bhagwan Darshan. And next, you can ask your questions on Twitter. So you can follow at Sri Nithyananda on Twitter, and then ask your questions in the reply to the tweet of the announcement for the session. And you can reply with the hashtag #AskTheAvatar. You can also ask your questions on Instagram. So you can go to Instagram and follow Sri Nithyananda on Instagram. And once you follow Sri Nithyananda on Instagram, you can ask your questions in the comment section of the photo post for the day for the live Parashakti Akashic or the Bhagwan Darshan. And lastly, you can ask your questions via WhatsApp. You can go to the WhatsApp chat box that pops up when you visit kailasa.org. So you can visit kailasa.org and you will see a WhatsApp chat box that pops up. And in that chat, you can ask your questions directly to Devi Parashakti, and your questions will be answered during the live Parashakti Akashic reading. You can also ask your questions for Bhagavan Express, and all of your questions will surely be blessed, answered, attended to, whether they are directly answered by Devi or not. You can rest assured that you will be attended to. So now let us enter into the segment where we will understand some of the revelations made by Devi Parashakti and how we can more deeply imbibe Devi's revelations and apply them in our own lives to ensure that we are staying safe and protected during this pralaya, during this pandemic. So Devi Parashakti has revealed the details about the pandemic, about how people will be affected during the pandemic and during this pralaya. And one of the revelations made on 5th of June 2021, Devi revealed not only people will be dying in crores, financial and mental retardedness, you will also see minds getting collapsed. Freedom from all of this suffering is the life of living enlightenment. First, prevent yourself from this deadly corona, oh people. Do the job of saving your life as first priority. So let us look at this revelation and see how in our reality we've seen how minds have been getting collapsed, how people's mental health and anxiety have been skyrocketing during the pandemic, during this pralaya. So an article published in Global News has revealed the details about how psychiatric symptoms like depression and anxiety exhibited during the COVID-19 exhibited by COVID-19 patients was in a study. And according to a new study, the neurological symptoms like depression and anxiety are also, sorry for the technical glitch. So we've seen that during the pandemic, during this pralaya, that many people have not just been experiencing the physical effects of the pandemic, but even the psychological effects. And of course, this is exactly as Xavier revealed, and many of us have personally experienced. You can go back to the previous slide. We can go back to the previous slide, please. So Lady has revealed about how mental health issues will be skyrocketing during this pandemic. And we've seen that in the news as well. One article of one study that was published uh, talks about the impact of COVID-19 on mental health of US college students. And it states that the results indicate that students closer to graduating faced increase in anxiety, 60%, feelings of loneliness increased to 54%, and depression increased to 59%. And many reported worries for the health of loved ones most impacted their mental health, up to 20%, and the need to take care of family most affected their current and future plans, up to 31%, and almost half of. So this you can see the direct effects of the pandemic on people's anxiety and depression and their ability to plan for the future. And another study has shown that rates of anxiety and depression among college students continue to soar, according to researchers at Dartmouth College, who have tracked the moods and behaviors of about 200 college students for 4 years. To 4 years, say the stress levels are at their highest currently. And this article states that Dartmouth College researchers began tracking 217 students when they entered the school as freshmen in 2017 in the hopes of understanding how they behave. They've seen students' stress levels rise and fall, usually in tandem with the midterm and final exam. But since the onset of coronavirus pandemic, rates of depression and anxiety have soared and have showed no signs of coming down. And this is according to researchers at Dartmouth College. You can see that the global pandemic has been very severely affecting the depression, the rates of depression and anxiety among college students. And it's exactly as they do a field, it will affect the mental health, and literally minds will be getting collapsed. And unfortunately, it is not, people are still struggling to find a solution. And Supreme Quantum Hinduism, from the beginning of the pandemic, has been providing through the Paramashivoham program, the 16-day program that is freely available online for anyone to attend, to experience completion, to experience a relief from this pandemic and the suffering, and to continuously be protected mentally during this pandemic. The Supreme Quantum Hinduism has made this available freely online continuously from the beginning of this pandemic, from March 2020. These programs have been going on continuously. And if you would like to avail the benefit of the Paramashivoham program, you can sign up you can visit kailasa.org and sign up today to experience all of the benefits of the Paramashivoham program, all of the initiation, the powerful cognition, and the completion offered through the Paramashivoham program directly left side of the screen. Now let us look at the revelations Devi Parashakti has made about the secrets of the universe on the 8th of June 2021.
Listen intensely. I will reveal the secret of the universe and its expansion. Life, consciousness in you does not end while your body drops dead. It moves from different universes, vertical time zones, lives in different time zones as per its free will, knowledge, desire, but ultimately to get enlightened, complete liberation, Paramashiva Padam, your soul has to come back to this karma bhumi, the Bhumandala. This Bhumandala and the Jati ecosystems, the caste ecosystems, Hindu, Jnana, Sannyasa, Yoga, Grihastha, multiple spiritual ecosystems are created for the souls to come back and rebirth and grow more and more towards enlightenment easily, quickly, in accelerated speed and space. Now, too many souls from the cosmos is landing into this Bhumandala to be part of Kailasa and to manifest Kailasa. That is the reason the rate of expansion of the universe has been accelerated. An intense ecosystem for great enlightened beings and incarnations to land is being manifested by me through my Nijavatara Nithyananda and this Kailasa. All the blessed fortunate beings will be attracted to Kailasa and experience liberation. Kailasa is the space where Sanatana Hindu Dharma, cosmic science, is nationalism. This cosmic law is the country law. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is nationalism. These cosmic truths will be the truths of the country, society, ecosystem. Society, country, judiciary, ecosystem, all this of Kailasa will be aligned to the cosmic law, the cosmic energy, universal existential truths. Because Kailasa, cosmic ecosystem, is manifesting. Expansion of the universe has been accelerated. Universe is celebrating the happening of my Nijavatara Nithyananda and this Kailasa.
Yes. Let us look at this revelation by Devi Parashakti. Yes, let us reiterate this revelation made by Devi Parashakti. Listen intensely. I will reveal the secrets of the universe and its expansion. Life, consciousness in you does not end while your body drops dead. It moves from different universes, vertical time zones, lives in different time zones, asks for its free will, knowledge, and desire, but ultimately get enlightened, complete liberation. Paramashivoham. Your soul has to come back to this karma bhumi, this Bhumandala. This Bhumandala and the Jati ecosystem, the caste ecosystem, the Hindu, Jnana, Sannyasa, Yoga, Grihastha, multiple spiritual ecosystems are created for the souls to come back and rebirth and grow more and more towards enlightenment, quickly, easily, in accelerated speed and space. Now, too many souls from the cosmos are landing into this Bhumandala to be a part of Kailasa and to manifest Kailasa. That is the reason the rate of expansion of the universe has been accelerated, and intense ecosystem or great enlightened beings and incarnations of the land is being manifested by me through my Nijavatara Nithyananda and this Kailasa. All the blessed, fortunate beings will be attracted to Kailasa and experience liberation. Kailasa is a space where Sanatana Hindu Dharma, cosmic science, is nationalism. This cosmic law is the country law. Sanatana Hindu Dharma is the nationalism. This cosmic truth will be the truth of the country, society, ecosystem, society, country, judiciary, ecosystem. All of these of Kailasa will be aligned to the cosmic law, the cosmic energy, the universal existential truth. And because Kailasa cosmic ecosystem is manifesting, expansion of the universe has been accelerated. The universe is celebrating the happening of my Nijavatara Nithyananda and this Kailasa. Let us understand about how the universe is expanding at an accelerated rate.
You are looking at the most detailed three-dimensional map of the universe known to humankind, and it's called the Sloan Digital Sky Survey. Scientists from around the world have just completed a 20-year-long survey of the night sky, measuring the positions and distances of more than 4 million galaxies and quasars. This detailed map will help scientists shed light on the remaining mysteries of the universe. Let's go on a journey from the local stars to the largest scales of our universe. Beyond the local stars that draw familiar constellations in the night sky in the neighborhood of the Earth, in addition to our own Milky Way, billions of galaxies are spread throughout the observable universe. Moving faster than light, we will take you through space in a journey from our place in the Milky Way all the way out to the large-scale structures of the visible universe, and we'll tell you about how we're mapping it out. Since 1998, the scientific community has realized that the universe is not only expanding, but its expansion is accelerating. This unexpected acceleration constitutes one of the major conundrums in physics. From a theoretical perspective, the acceleration may be accounted for by either assuming that there exists some mysterious dark energy, or by modifying Einstein's theory of gravity, called general relativity. In the same year, the Sloan Digital Sky Survey was launched to tackle this enigma of the accelerating expansion of the universe. The Sloan Digital Sky Survey is a vast collection of the angular positions of galaxies observed in the sky, as well as their distances from us, determined by observing the systematic shift of galactic light induced by the expansion of the universe, the so-called redshift. In this new map of our universe, the large dark patches are mostly regions obscured by the Milky Way that cannot be observed. During the last 20 years, through 4 exploratory phases, the Sloan Digital Sky Survey has created the most detailed 3-dimensional maps of the universe. To achieve this, it focused on different classes of galaxies: nearby galaxies, red galaxies, more distant star-forming galaxies, and superluminous distant active galaxies called quasars. The 4th and latest Sloan survey took place from 2014 till 2020. During this time, the new project called the Extended Baryon Oscillation Spectroscopic Survey, or EBOS for short, continued previous Sloan mapping of the extragalactic sky and just recently finished measuring distances for 1 million galaxies and quasars. These successive surveys allow scientists to trace the universe up to a fraction of its horizon, represented by the cosmic microwave background emission, seen here as a colorful pattern projected onto a sphere. the cosmic microwave relic of the universe, which dates back to about 400,000 years after the birth of the universe, also known as the Big Bang. Adding the eBOS data to the previous Sloan exploratory phases 1, 2, and 3, the Sloan Digital Sky Survey now has a database of 4 million galaxies and quasars, assembling the largest and most complete 3D map of the universe to date. This unprecedented achievement provides scientists with new tools for shedding light on dark energy and also for constraining the theory of general relativity, leading to a better understanding of the fundamental laws that rule our universe. You are
Yeah. Now let us look at what else science has understood about the expansion of the universe. In National Geographic, it was published that the universe seems to be expanding faster than all expectations. And new evidence deepens a mystery around the Hubble constant, one of the most important numbers in cosmology. This article states, fresh evidence suggests that the universe is expanding faster today than it did in its infancy, a difference that has set off a search to understand what cosmic forces could be at play. If confirmed, the changing rate, which is 9% faster than had been projected, would force us to reconsider a fundamental aspect of the cosmos. So, of course, modern science is still trying to understand the cosmic forces at play, but as they be revealed, it is because of the happening of the Skylasa and so many beings who are landing to be a part of the Skylasa that the universe is accelerating in its expansion. And other research from independent from Harvard University states that there are independent results that have now demonstrated time and time again that the universe is accelerating in its expansion. This is again published in Harvard University. Yep, we can continue on. If we can continue to the next slide, please. Sorry for the glitch. We'll be right back with the slide. And we can understand a little bit more about what the supreme concept of realism has also revealed about the expansion of the universe and how it is accelerated. So in the meantime, if you would like to take a moment to join as a member of Kailasa's HDH YouTube channel, you can go ahead and do that. You can just go to, again, Kailasa's HDH Nithyananda on YouTube, and you can go ahead and click the join button next to the subscribe button and understand, and you can choose whichever level of Kailash you would like to be. So go ahead and do that, and you can ask your questions in the live Parashakti Akashic meetings as well as the Bhagavan Sareshwara Parameshwara that you just watched there. So, yep, they can go to the next slide, please. Yes, so we can just watch the video and understand what the supreme concept of Buddhism has revealed about the extension of the universe and its acceleration.
screaming in top of my voice that superconscious breakthrough is happening. Please understand. Listen. The key information, the key line I wanted to bring all your attention through this video is universe is not just expanding, its expansion is accelerated. Please understand. Last few years, I am screaming in top of my voice that superconscious breakthrough is happening. Please understand. Just the physics level, the universe expansion is accelerated. It's a dark energy, the dark matter. In that level, the unmanifest level itself, the expansion is accelerated intensely. Please understand. The expansion is accelerated intensely in the dark energy, in the dark matter, unmanifest, avyakta swarupa of Paramashiva. See, Paramashiva's manifest form only is this world which we are all enjoying, experiencing. There is an unmanifest form of Paramashiva, dark matter, what we call dark energy, dark matter. The triggering of expansion, not just expansion, acceleration of expansion is happening from that dark energy, dark matter. Because scientists are using the word dark energy, dark matter, I am using the same word. But if you ask me to give a right word, I will say Swatta Sutta Swayam Prakasa Jyoti. I will call it a superconscious energy, superconscious matter. See, because the human eyes can't cognize, human beings are calling it as a dark matter. But because human eyes can't cognize, but third eye can cognize, I am calling it as a Swayam Prakasa Jyoti. Jyoti, light, superconsciousness is the word rishis, enlightened beings will use. But unfortunately, scientists have their own limitation. With the two eyes, when you see something which is not seen, you call it as dark. With three eyes, when you see something and you know it cannot be seen by the two eyes, you call that as Jyoti. Sutta Swayam Prakasa Jyoti. Jyoti Mandala. What we show as Jyoti of Arunachala, what exists as unmanifest of Paramashiva is one and the same. Please listen. This acceleration of expansion is from the unmanifest, avyakta sarira of Paramashiva, the unmanifest space of Paramashiva. From that, the acceleration of expansion is now. The superconscious breakthrough is imminent. It has to happen. It is happening. I have been sent to planet Earth to facilitate this only.
So now that we've understood the expansion of the universe, why the expansion of the universe is accelerating, you too can sign up to become a part of Kailasa and enjoy the beautiful enlightenment ecosystem created by Swamiji and the reason for the expansion of the universe accelerating. You can become an e-Kailashan by visiting kailasa.org and signing up to become an e-citizen of Kailasa. And you can avail all the benefits of Hinduism and the supreme concept of Hinduism, wonderful, beautiful teaching, and experience all of the benefits that Hinduism and supreme concept of Hinduism have to offer to the world. And now, with this, we will be concluding this portion of the program. We'll be entering into the next segment where we can understand some of the offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti. So, as we know, Devi Swamiji has been continuously manifesting Devi Parashakti over the last several months, and now Bhagavan Sudareshwara for each and every one of us to experience the breakthrough, to heal each of us, and to guide and bless every single person. So if you are just overflowing with gratitude for Swamiji and for Devi happening in your life, you can stay tuned for this next segment and understand some of the various ways you can offer your love, devotion to Devi Parashakti.
Nithyananda. Yes, now let's see the various offerings we can make to Devi Parashakti as our expression of gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti as we get ready to receive her blessings and grace today, her darshan. In the Hindu tradition, the offerings to the divine are made as a pure gift of love and devotion, of oneness with the divine. The offerings are not made of fear or greed, but just as an expression of our sacred sentiments to the divine as we receive their darshan. And it is said that traditionally, when we go to a temple, when we go to receive the darshan of the divine, when we receive the darshan of the Guru, one never goes empty-handed. We always take a little something, a token of our gratitude, our love and devotion that we offer at the feet of the divine. So let us see the various traditional offerings that we can make to Devi Parashakti today as we get ready to receive the darshan. And when an avatar lands, the offerings made are purely a part of the grand Leela that is played out for the purpose of enlightenment. And let us see the Dhyana Shloka. Let us contemplate on the form and splendor of Devi Parashakti with this Dhyana Shloka as we get ready to receive the blessings. This verse from the Mula Agama, Manonmani Dhyana, describes the grace and splendor of Devi Parashakti. It is Indunibhaveda Karavani Nayanam Syat Pankajavaraapaya Japakshara Sarayuktam Angahima Bhushana Vichitra Vasanam Syat Tunga Makutojvala Manonmani Swarupam. And the translation of this verse: moon-like face holding the Veda books on hand, fire in eyes, with lotus flower, gracing and blessing hands, and one hand with japamala, beautifully decorated with jeweled ornaments and wonderful clothes and shining crown. Her name is Manonmani. And the next verse on Devi Parashakti describes Dhyayet Devim Trinetram Shashinibhavadanam Vedahastam Dathanam Savye Padmam Varadamapare Chapayam Chakshamalam Divyairabharanai Vibhushita Tanum Brahmadipi Pujitam Devi Meva Manonmanim Pratitanam Kamarthadatrim Shubham. The translation for this verse: I meditate on Devi with three eyes, glowing like a moon, and holding the Veda, lotus, and gracing with blessing and gracing hands. She is wearing beautiful ornaments. She is worshipped by Brahma and other many gods, and showers auspicious boons for all actions every day. And in the Hindu tradition, the sacred element of gold is used in abundance, is mentioned in all the scriptures for offerings to the divine, offerings in the temple, in sacred rituals. So let us see the significance of the divine element of gold as described in this verse in the Atharva Veda. The verse describes Trerajatam Janmanedam Hiranyam Agnerekam Priyatamam Babhuva Somasyaikyam Insitasya Parapatata Apamekam Veda Samreta Ahutatte Hiranyam Trividaspavai Vishe. The translation: triply born by birth is this gold, from the atoms of Agni is one. It becomes dearest to Agni. One fell away from the Soma when it was hurt. One they call the seed of virtuous and powerful Apa, the watery molecules. Let that triple gold be for your long life. Gold is a divine element in the Hindu tradition. It purifies anything it touches. It is an element of great spiritual significance and spiritual power, of healing and enlightenment. The vibration of gold has the power to infuse sattva energy and positive thought currents in anyone who wears it and in anyone who sees or operates in its vicinity. Gold is present in all the Hindu scriptures, in the Agamas, Vedas, Shrutis, Smritis, Itihasas, Puranas. It is in all the scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious and purest metal which purifies our being. In the Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold, ritual feasts were. When one was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was offered as a ritual fee. Gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, including cows. The kingdoms were built with huge doors of gold. The streets would have huge columns and archways made of gold. The Hindu civilization thrived on the banks of rivers of gold. The Indus River was called Hiranmaya, the river of gold in Rig Veda. The river Saraswati was called Hiranyavartini in Atharva Veda. Gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to the ones you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned in gold because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years and it lasts forever. And in the Vedic tradition, we have various sacred offerings that we offer at the feet of the divine. And traditionally, we have the hundi at every temple, so the devotees may offer any token of gratitude as they would wish to. So we have the e-hundi offering for you today, where you can make your offering to Devi Parashakti in multiple currencies and in any amount as you would wish to. And Devi is described as the one who is fond of true devotion. So let us see this verse that describes the love for true devotion. It says, Bhakti Priya Bhakti Gamya Bhakti Vashya Bhayapaha Shambhavi Sharadaratya Sharpani Sharmadaini. The translation for this verse: Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion and she removes all fear. If there is any fear in the minds of the devotee, Devi is sure to remove that fear. It is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. Here, it is meant the autumn of our lives, when our thoughts turn more and more inwards and the role of the divine is known and understood clearly. The need for Devi worship then becomes stronger. Shambhavi is the consort of Shambhu, Lord Shiva. Sharadaradya is one who is worshipped by Devi Sharada, Devi Saraswati herself. Sharvani is the wife of Lord Shiva. The Linga Purana describes Lord Shiva as Sharva in his earth form. Sharmadaini is Devi who bestows happiness on the devotees. And you can offer your token of gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti, your Kanika, through the e-hundi offerings on the website www.kailasamela.com/sevas.
The next offering that we have is Sankalpa chanting, the offering of your conscious resolution. So before you start anything new in your life or before you want to manifest anything, you should always set a conscious resolution to manifest exactly what it is you want, to ensure that you are manifesting what you want in your life. When you offer your conscious resolution at the feet of Devi Parashakti, you will be blessed with the overflowing energy of Devi herself to manifest your reality. And in the Devi Mahatmya, it describes the goddess enchants this universe, and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess being praised without interest in anything gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in the materialistic sense.
The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the Akashic. This is the offering of the pure gold coin inscribed with one of the 1008 sacred names of Devi Parashakti. In the Lalita Sahasranama, Devi is described as Nama Parayana Prita, she who likes the repetition of her various names. And this offering of the Sahasranama Swarnakasu is a very special and unique archana offered to the Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. And you can offer the pure gold coins inscribed with the sacred name of Devi Parashakti in any of 3 different denominations, and you can offer any number of coins as you would like to offer. And with the sacred names of Devi Parashakti inscribed on the coins, you're blessed to imbibe these very divine qualities of Devi Parashakti herself, the Ananta Kalyana Gunas that are described in her various names. So you can make the offering of the Sahasranama Swarnakasu on the website www.kailasamela.com/sevas.
The next offering is the Mukta Angati, the finger ring with a pearl. And in this verse, it describes Devi Meenakshi. I bow to the goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls, and the face is shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like the splendor of the lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of the mountain, who is worshipped by goddesses Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. And the pearl, of course, represents the compassion of Devi. When you offer the finger ring with a pearl, you will be blessed with Devi Parashakti's overflowing compassion and love, business endeavors.
The next offering to Devi Parashakti, we have the offering of the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold lotus flower. The significance of the gold lotus is described in this verse from Kamikagama. It says, Ashtavidyeshwaropeta kumbha varana samyutam sarve sasutra vastradhya hema pankaja bhushitaha sapidhanas satya kurajascha pakva bilva palaprabha snapanadhyaya samsiddha pramanena samanvitaha. The translation for this verse, it says, all the kalashas should be wound around with a suitable thread and covered with new cloth. They should be adorned with lotus flower made of gold. And in the Hindu tradition, there are hundreds of scriptural references for using the lotus in the worship of Paramashiva. Almost everything in the worship of the ultimate, involving the consecration of the deities of worship or meditating on the mudras or asanas during worship, involves the lotus flower, the lotus leaf, the lotus pericarp, the lotus petals. The lotus is a divine flower in the Hindu tradition. The Shakti of Paramashiva is also called the lotus. The base of the Paramashiva Linga is the lotus. The disciple of Paramashiva is also considered a lotus, one who is about to bloom. And you can make this offering of the gold lotus in any of the 3 different sizes that you would wish to offer, and be blessed to have the state, space, powers, and being of Devi Parashakti in your inner space amidst any and every adverse situations in life.
The next offering is the Swarnameti, the gold toe ring. And in this verse, it describes the power of the feet. And it states you whose brightness destroys the darkness of ignorance in the minds of your devotees who prostrate at your feet, you whose brightness from your 2 feet overpower that of the lotus flower. So you can offer the toe ring to Devi Parashakti to adorn her sacred feet and be blessed to have Devi's grace even in the most difficult aspects of your life.
The next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Swarnamam Tika, the gold hairline jewelry. Devi is described as Sudasharabhivashini, she who makes the nectar flow in all our nerves from the Sahasrara, she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. And the Swarnamam Tika represents the nectar overflowing from the Sahasrara chakra, which is fully opened with the sacred sentiment of gratitude. You can offer the Swarnamam Tika to Devi Parashakti and receive the blessings of achieving the blissful state of overflowing gratitude and the space of complete completion. And you can make this offering and all of the traditional offerings on the website www.com/sevas.
Next offering, the Pratiksha Pada Puja, the offering of your gratitude to the divine lotus feet of Swamiji, who is manifesting Devi Parashakti for each and every one of you. And in the Saundarya Lahari, it's that the nails of Devi Parashakti have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of the celestial beings, who always prostrate before Devi. Namogana is darkness, and in this stotram, Tamas is indicative of the ignorance in the minds of the devotees. And by constantly prostrating before Devi, their ignorance is removed and they attain the knowledge. So when you offer the Pratiksha Pada Puja to Swamiji, who is manifesting Devi Parashakti, you will be blessed with the most auspicious path to enlightenment and to attain the ultimate knowledge.
And the next offering to Devi Parashakti is the offering of the Vastra Seva, the sacred cloth offered to Devi Parashakti. And you can make this offering of the sacred cloth and receive the blessings for the continued protection during all aspects of your life, and be blessed with all the auspiciousness and blessings of Devi Parashakti and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagadguru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam. And all of these various offerings can be made on the website www.kailasamila.com/sevas. So here's a summary of the various offerings that you can make to Devi Parashakti today. The e-hundi offerings can be made in multiple currencies and in different amounts. The Sankalpa chanting, the conscious resolution, can be offered on the website. And the Devi Sahasranama Kasu, the offering of the pure gold coin inscribed with a sacred name of the 1008 names of Devi Parashakti. Each coin is inscribed with one of her 1008 sacred names. The offering of the Mukta Anguti, the gold finger ring with a pearl. Offering of the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the gold lotus flower. Offering of the Swarna Metti, the gold toe ring to adorn the sacred lotus feet of Devi Parashakti. Offering of the Swarna Tika, the gold hairline jewelry that represents the overflowing nectar from the Sahasrara. Offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the most sacred and traditional offering of gratitude from disciple to Guru. And offering of the Vastra Seva, the sacred cloth offering to Devi Parashakti. All of these traditional offerings can be made on the website www.kailasamailer.com/savas. So here you can see the website www.kailasamailer.com/savas, and you can scroll down to make your offerings to Devi Parashakti for the e-hundi or any of the various ornaments or sevas that you would like to offer, the traditional ornaments or the sevas. You can make the offerings on step 2. And if you'd like to make an intention to make an offering and receive Devi Parashakti's blessings to manifest your intention into reality, you can fill the form on step 1. And after you've made the offerings, if you would also like to offer the sankalpa, the conscious resolution with your name and the names of your family members, you can fill out the details of the sankalpa in step 3, and your names and the names of your family members will be chanted during the puja and archana offered to Devi Parashakti. So you can make the offerings of the e-hundi on the website in multiple currencies, the US dollars, the Australian dollars, the New Zealand dollars, the Canadian dollars, euros, Indian rupees, Singaporean dollars, Malaysian ringgits, Great Britain pound, and Chinese yen. And you can make the offerings in any amount of your choice. And you can make the traditional offerings of ornaments and sevas to Devi Parashakti on the website. The Devi Sahasranama Swarna Kasu, the Mukta Anguti, the Swarna Padma Pushpa, the Swarna Mitti, the Swarna Mangtika, the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the Vastra Seva, the offering of the conscious resolution, the Sankalpa chanting, and all of the various traditional offerings can be made on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. And also, as we get ready to celebrate Devi Parashakti is happening on these 9 days, the Navaratri celebrations have begun and the Brahmotsav is underway. So any offerings that you would like to offer to Devi Parashakti, any sevas that you would like to offer to Devi Parashakti during this Navaratri celebrations for the Navaratri Brahmotsav, you can also sign up for these offerings on the website. The details are available on the same website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. So any offerings that you'd like to offer, any sevas that you'd like to offer for Navaratri, you can also learn about the various sevas being offered at the Nithyananda Paramashivam Devalaya in Adi Kailash, and you can sign up you can register to offer these various sevas for Navaratri. So all of these offerings, the traditional offerings of gratitude and devotion, are made available on the website www.kailasamailer.com/sevas. So you can register for these and express your sacred sentiments to Devi Parashakti as you get ready to receive her darshan today. And with that, now we'll be moving to the next segments of the getting ready for the darshan, for receiving the darshan of Devi Parashakti. So let us prepare ourselves and get ready to receive the darshan of Devi Parashakti in the upcoming segments.
Nithyanandam everyone. Welcome back to this segment of Kailasa's COVID Care Protection Centers. With the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivan's blessings, the Sadguru Vandanam. Nithyanandam Paramasugadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadusham Tattvamasya Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Triguna Rahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Nithyanandam. So what you learn from this segment today concerning statistics on mental health and global peace across the world due to COVID-19 pandemic? What are the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa's contributions for global peace and the Supreme Pontiff solutions for COVID-19? Kailasa's COVID Care Protection Centers, some glimpses. Why temple-based ecosystems? UN recognizes Kailasa's contributions. Join Kailasa's COVID Care Protection Centers. The crisis that we are under. Today, people around the world are trying to grapple with the grim reality that the pandemic is far from over. The aftermath of the current calamity promises to be much more devastating. The greatest economics of the world are facing disastrous futures. Countries are facing off each other in deep mistrust. Now let us see some statistics and current news. In Australia, reported new record number of coronavirus cases, and recently that there are more than 2,400 new locally acquired infections reported nationwide on Thursday morning. The figure surpassing 2,000 in a single day for just the second time. The World Health Organization makes a big statement about Delta variant of COVID-19. The World Health Organization recently said that the Delta variant of coronavirus has elbowed out all the three COVID-19 variants of concern that now represent a tiny fraction of the samples. COVID-19 has killed more Americans than the 1918 to 19 influenza pandemic did. The 1918 influenza pandemic infected about 25% of Americans and killed an estimated 0.65% with 675,000 deaths. COVID-19 has infected more than 12% of Americans and killed about 0.2% with 676,000 deaths. Now that the US death toll from COVID-19 has surpassed 676,000, the coronavirus pandemic has killed more Americans than the 1918 to 19 influenza pandemic did. Axios and the Associated Press both reported the grim milestone on Monday. So the COVID-19 is now officially US deadliest pandemic as death toll crosses that of 1918 to 19 flu. People infected with alpha variant exhales 100 times more virus into the air than original COVID strain. According to a study, the University of Maryland researchers suggested that the need for better ventilation and tight-fitting masks, in addition to widespread vaccination, to help stop spread of the virus. The 6 feet distance may not be enough to prevent viral transmission indoors. According to a study in Washington, physical distancing of 2 meters, about 6.5 feet, may not be enough to sufficiently prevent transmission of virus carrying airborne aerosols indoors, according to a study. The results published in the journal Sustainable Cities and Society suggest that the physical distance alone is not enough to prevent human exposure to aerosols and should be implemented with other control strategies such as adequate ventilation. The COVID-19 Delta variant still most concerning, says the World Health Organization's expert. Even with the emergence of the new COVID-19 variant, the Delta strain remains the top concern globally, appearing to outcompete others. Senior officials in the World Health Organization said recently. I think the Delta variant for me is the one that's most concerning because of the increased transmittability, said Dr. Maria Vancankove, the agency's technical lead for COVID-19, speaking during an online question and answer session. It is doubly transmittable compared to the ancestral strain, which means that it can spread to more people. COVID-19 pandemic is nowhere under control in the United States, says Chief Medical Advisor Anthony Fauci. He said, right now we are still in pandemic mode because we have 160,000 new infections a day. That's not even modestly in good control. In an interview with Axios, the US has reported 40 million cases of COVID-19 since the outbreak of the virus, with over 4 million infections adding up in the past few weeks. The increase of COVID cases comes as the US administration earlier this month announced that it is planning to provide booster shots of the vaccine as the Delta variant has become dominant in the nation and is wreaking havoc. The surge in Delta variant is driven by the low vaccination coverage in many communities across the US, according to the US Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. In a country of our size, you can't be hanging around and having 100,000 infections a day. You've got to get well below 10,000 before you start feeling comfortable. COVID-19 made the world less peaceful, not only health concern, but it is affecting the global peace. The violent incidences and fatalities in January 2021 to April 2021, you can see the spike in the April 2020. The younger adults are more likely to report symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorder during the COVID-19 outbreak. And the average share of adults reporting symptoms of anxiety and or depressive disorder January to June, which is in a 6 months period in 2019, was 11%. Now it rose up to, in just 1 month in this beginning of this year, rose up to 41%. The stress in America 2020, a national mental health crisis. COVID-19 is a significant stressor in most Americans. Nearly 8 in 10, which is 78%, say the coronavirus pandemic is a significant source of stress in their life. Nearly 7 in 10, 67% say they have experienced increased stress over the course of the pandemic. COVID-19 could exacerbate doctors' existing mental health burden. More than 60,000 healthcare workers have contracted COVID-19, 300 have died. Of the health workers who treated patients during the China's COVID-19 outbreak, 50% showed signs of depression and 45% showed signs of anxiety. Self-reported mental health among pregnant women, new mothers. Depression was 15% before COVID-19 pandemic, now rose up to, during this pandemic, 40.7%. Now the anxiety was 29%, now it rose up to 72%. Living under stay-at-home orders, 8 in 10 students are struggling with focus on school or work and avoiding distractions. And 55% of all students do not know where to go for help for their mental health. Nearly 82% of the women who work, the study says that their lives have been negatively disturbed by the pandemic. Nearly 70% of the women who have experienced these disruptions are concerned the career growth may be limited as a result. The global economic outlook during the COVID-19 pandemic, a changed world. The pandemic is expected to plunge most countries into recession in 2020, with per capita income contracting in the largest fraction of countries globally since 1870. The COVID-19 recession has seen the fastest, steepest downgrades in consensus growth projections among all global recessions since 1990. The International Labour Organization, the COVID-19 crisis has worsened already fragile situations. The ILO is more aware than ever of its responsibility to promote peace and resilience in the time of this global pandemic. In India, the third wave is already here. The Mumbai mayor says it is not coming, it's already here. Said the Kishori Patnekar, the adding that an announcement regarding the matter has already been made in Nagpur. Speaking of the coming festive season in Maharashtra, the mayor urged people to remain in their homes to allow only 10 people at a time and have them work in shifts. A little over 25% of health workers were infected with coronavirus despite getting fully vaccinated. A recent study has revealed, giving an insight on the breakthrough infections due to the Delta variant. The study, jointly conducted by the Institute of Genomics and Integrative Biology, the maximum hospitals and Delhi NCR found that the vaccination breakthroughs were far more common during the outbreak in Delhi than previously reported. The new variant of COVID-19 shows signs of vaccine resistance. So, how do we cope with this current COVID-19 pandemic? It is important to address the COVID-19 pandemic, which is seeing another wave, destroying many more lives. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism says the pandemic fatigue is setting in as a result of continuous lockdown is resulting in delusive ignorance. Holding on to the delusion and supporting this space of delusional decisions leads to delusional arrogance. Continuous lockdown leads to delusional thoughts like, so what? If I die, it's okay, and I can't live forever in this lockdown. Going out and then exposing oneself and putting the risk on yourself and others with irresponsibility and insecurity is the delusional arrogance. The global COVID virus pandemic has left the whole world desperately looking for answers. Life as it had been experienced even back in February 2020 is no longer recognizable. Drastic change is the order of the day, with people having to redefine the world with new paradigms of economy, society, faith, religion, and health. Blessed are those who have had the greatest fortune to be with the incarnation of Paramashiva, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in their life to carry them through this crisis. Join the Kailasa's COVID Care Protection Centers. Join now with the link https://kailasa.org/Kailasa care. Even amid pandemic, 2021 can go now as the year we made peace with nature. If we start now. Our environmental, social, and economic challenges are interlinked. They must be tackled together. For example, we cannot achieve the sustainable developmental goals, including ending poverty, by 2030 if climate change and ecosystem collapse are undermining food and water supplies in the world's poorest countries. We have no choice but to transform our economics and societies by valuing nature and putting its health at the heart of all our decisions. Let's watch a small clip. United States Institute of Peace. Amid COVID, we need enhanced international coordination to build peace, tackling the pandemic and building resilience. In fragile situations, states require concerted international action at local, national, and global levels. As the humanitarian and economic toll of the COVID-19 pandemic continues to grow, so does the risk that this crisis will fuel new conflicts around the world while stemming prospects for resolving ongoing ones. Stronger health systems and universal health coverage must be a priority. Remarks to the General Assembly special session in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. For the first time since 1945, the entire world is confronted by a common threat, regardless of nationality, ethnicity, or faith. A new social contract between people, government, the private sector, civil society, and more can tackle the roots of inequality with fair taxation on income and wealth, universal benefits, and opportunities for all. Now let us see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's contribution for the global peace and to combat the COVID-19 pandemic. The Vedic civilization beautifully describes that yastu sarvani bhutani atmani ivanu pashyati sarva bhutesu chatmanam tatona vigugupshate. Isha Upanishad verse 6. Global peace is the byproduct of the individual bliss. So, whenever an individual goes through a spiritual bliss, he manifests a beautiful, peaceful life for him and everyone around him. If he is powerful enough, he moves the whole city and manifests peace. He is more powerful, he moves the whole village, and not only village, but the whole country. If he is powerful enough like incarnations, he moves the whole world and manifests peace for them. Understand, the individual bliss is the source of global peace in the level of Om, microscopic and macroscopic level Om. Whatever level it may be, global peace is the byproduct of the individual bliss. Now, let us understand from the Supreme Pontiff that the self-transformation is the secret to achieve the global peace.
Answer means I'll tell, oh, you should all work for global peace. You should all work for turning the world. You should work for revolution. You should work for all these, that things. You should vote only the party which says that it will stop the war and all these things. This is the social answer. Nonsense. If you want the honest answer, I tell you, simply transform yourself. You can't do anything. If at all you can do, you would have done it. Be honest. If you can do, you would have done it. You are raising this question because you are not able to do. Am I right? So let us be very clear. Let us be honest. We are not able to do. Socially. That's the truth. That's the reason you are sitting here and raising the question. I tell you, understand few important things. There are a lot more attached to this question. There are many things which is attached to this question. We always feel the present is the world is totally spoiled. It is not going according to the rules or how it is supposed to be. It was wonderful once upon a time. In ancient time, things were going properly. Everything was well and great. And I tell you, 10,000 years ago, they found some writings on stone in Harappa Mohenjo-daro culture. Some stone writings have been discovered. The other day I read a beautiful book about that stone writings. That writings, it says, oh, nowadays the society is not as it should be. So much of war, there is no peace. In the early times, there was so much of peace. Society was really great. Things were as it should be. And it almost looks like a today newspaper editorial. 10,000 years ago, the same thing carved on a stone. Then understand, there was no such time as only good prevailed. It is just a fantasy. Hinduism, they call it Satya Yuga, the age of truth. There was a time only truth prevailed. And every religion, Christianity, they say the Garden of Adam and Eve. There was a time everything was wonderful. Every religion has got the fantasy. The past was great. There was golden past. Always the idea of golden past exists only in the past. The more you go back, again you say the past was great. And I tell you one thing, it is a wonderful way of postponing the accepting the reality. Otherwise, I can be sure the world was same as it is today. Whether it is 5,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago. Maybe one thing, there was no CNN channel that time. So the news did not reach you so quickly. That's all. The news did not reach you so quickly. That may be the only difference. But otherwise, I can be sure the good and the bad was equal. Good and the bad was equal. The same amount of wars were there. All the other things were there. You read the Puranas, the mythological stories of India, you see enough of things. Enough of dirty things. I think sometimes I find little more. And if you read completely the Puranas or the Hindu scriptures, there are a lot of things much worse than modern day. The criminal activities or bad things or negative things, whatever you say, all this stuff. And never think only present day is corrupted or violent. In the ancient days also, all these things were there. Only one thing was not there, the CNN news or the internet. So the news did not reach you. But otherwise I can tell you, enough the good and bad was there. It always will exist. It will exist. All you can do is, if you awaken yourself, if you reach the enlightenment state, you can go beyond it. And I tell you, enlightenment is the only service you can do to the society. Just become enlightened so that you will reduce the negativity. Now, as of now, you are also the part of negative group. Naturally, we will be a negative group. As long as we are unenlightened, we will be the part of collective negative consciousness. So if you become enlightened, at least you will reduce your weight. That's the only thing we can do, can be done. So all I request you to do is just become enlightened, that you are a lion. That's the only way to help yourself and the society. Otherwise, all revolutions, you see, all revolution again end up as one more tradition. In last 2000 years, 3000 wars have happened in the humanity. In 2000 years, 3000 wars. Human beings have not done anything except doing wars, except fighting. Everybody claims he wants to do revolution. He wants to spread peace. You see, every country claims their army is a defensive army. Then who is offending? Tell me. Every country says defensive army. Then who is offending? These are all just, games. The idea of peace is a pure game. Everybody wants to spread the peace according to them, not according to the other person. They want peace according to them. The other day I was in one interreligious gathering. One guy is preaching, let all of you convert to my religion so that we will not have fight. He wants peace the way in which he wanted, not the way in which. And there's a beautiful saying, the sword of Muhammad, it is written, peace alone should survive, something like that. He has written some statement about the peace on the sword. We all take sword to spread the peace. So no revolution is going to help, because in the last 2000 years 3,000 revolutions have happened, but still world is same. I think much worse. So, no revolution is going to help. Only individual evolution is going to help. So be very clear. Instead of working in the outer world, start working in the inner world. That will help you and society some way. Social.
Now, let's listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that Sri Kailash is all about peace-based powerfulness.
Listen carefully. The space of Shanti, is where Kailasa grows. Listen carefully. It is in the deep powerfulness of peace, or peace-centered powerfulness is the ground, breeding ground for Paramashivatva to manifest. Please understand. Like how pure mirror reflects everything, pure Shanti-based Shakti, peace-based reflects Paramashiva. Paramashiva manifests in peace-based powerfulness. Please understand. Neither violence nor powerlessness. Powerlessness is weakness. Violence is abusive. Peace-centered powerfulness. Powerfulness-centered peace. All the Upanishads starts with peace, completes with peace. Shanti mantra starts with Shanti mantra, gets completed with Shanti mantra. Based powerfulness is a fundamental requirement for Paramashivatva to manifest. That is why people who don't want us to manifest Paramashivatva or power manifestation do not want to allow the peace in our life, or do not want peace in our campus. Understand? But only if you are peaceful, which cannot be shaken even by the demons and devils and rakshasas, we can be in eternal peace. So, remember this very clearly. Peace alters the very DNA structure, genetic structure, the core Anu Mahat structure. Understand? Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. The consciousness in you is atom inside the atom, Mahat, more than Mahat. That Anoraniyan Mahato Mahiyan. That consciousness starts growing in you with more and more peace-based powerfulness developing in you. Nothing can be compared to unclutching. Spend more and more time, energy in unclutching. It will never be wasted. Time spent on unclutching is the most productive time for you in your life, because unclutching completely makes you altogether a different material. Understand? It makes your very biomemory, muscle memory, core structure, molecular structure, genetic structure, DNA structure, everything, all the 8 energy flow circuits, 7 energy flows, 1 the pure conscious explosion. So totally 8 energy flow circuits exist in you. All the 8 explodes when you unclutch. Understand? Unclutching is the space of Sri Kailasa.
Now let us listen from the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism that every prayer in Hinduism begins with peace and ends with peace.
Every chant in Hinduism ends with Shanti, Shanti, Shanti 3 times. Means peace, peace, peace. Hinduism is the real religion. Loving peace, living peace. Individual level, social level, global level. Understand? Hinduism lost all its 56 nations, 200 states, 10,000 kingdoms, samsthanas, is not a loss to Hinduism, it is a loss to planet Earth, human beings. Wherever Hinduism is practiced, kept alive, the ideal of global peace is kept alive. Just do this one simple statistics. You yourself study. Google and study. Take the top 10 religions and list how many people they converted in last 200 years, how many people they killed. List for each religion. I can be 200% sure you yourself will realize Hinduism is the most peace-loving and peace-living religion, neither conversion nor terrorism. Neither conversion nor terrorism. Being the Supreme Pontiff of the most peace-loving, peace-living religion, I give you all my blessings on this International Peace Day. Understand? It is we Hindus need to keep the global peace as a living possibility, and we need to make this global peace as reality. Just talking about global peace will not work. Working for global peace only is the responsibility of the real living Hindu. Anyone who wants to claim themselves as a Hindu or practicing Hindu should work for global peace. Global peace is our responsibility.
So join the Kailasa Code Care Protection Centers with the link https://kailasa.org/Kailasa care. Kailasa's mission of global peace and superconsciousness breakthrough. The sovereign order of Kailasa, led by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Nithyananda order of monks, nuns, and Hindu diaspora, are working for global peace and to give a superconsciousness breakthrough to humanity. It is the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's mission to revive a conscious world where the global issues at the climate, economic, and social, health, and humanitarian levels cease to exist from their very root, turning the problems of poverty, hunger, violence, discrimination into powerful living through the experience of oneness. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working from the very grassroots level to usher in an era of peace at all levels: individual, societal, national, and global. His deep insights into the workings of the human mind body emotions have enabled him to powerfully and directly address various social and emotional problems facing humanity today. Some of the ways that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism provides spiritual solutions to combat the pandemic and other issues are: since the beginning of the global lockdown, the amount of contribution and activism of Kailasa has increased manifold. Through the Paramashivoham program, bringing super consciousness breakthrough to the whole humanity. By starting the Akhanda Nirvikalpa Samadhi Jnana Yajna and contributing to the almost 409 billion minutes for peace so far. Paramashiva Sankalpa chanting, the sacred Sanskrit mantra chanting to heal 24/7 via Zoom sessions. Spiritual healing to one and all 24/7. Helping humanity to cope up with insecurity, fear, disease by empowering individuals to heal themselves, learn to cope up emotions like depression and tough situations in relationships. Providing alternative solutions to worldly problems through power manifestation. Initiating thousands every day into manifesting innate superhuman capabilities in Kailas Courtyard sessions. Providing healthy solutions like a technique to clear the stomach from the Ayurveda solutions, which ultimately brings clarity out to the spiritual truths and give a conscious breakthrough. In the long term, establishing self-sufficient communities. Continuing and intensifying the service of Annadan, free food in Nithyananda Annalayas around the world, including Tiruvannamalai and Los Angeles and various other adhinams. Paving way with the New World Order, starting the agriculture-based communities in Adi Kailas and several other locations in India. Peacekeepers of Kailasa offering various life solutions from the teachings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Hinduism prescribes various methods for global healing. One such is Maheshwara Puja, nullifying collective negativity simply through the presence of the avatar and his order of monks, offering Maheshwara Puja to the natural calamitous hit victims. Bhava Samadhi Darshan to raise the individual consciousness breakthrough. Devi Parashakti Akashic reading, the cosmic revelations. Society was created with the delusional ideas of too many human beings, blind spots, and decisions made from these blind spots. If the visionary of a civilization and country or nation has blind spot when he develops the vision for it, the whole civilization suffers these blind spots. Now it's time Prakriti resets itself. Many of the blind spot-based visions, ideas become important components of the society. This pralaya which is happening is melting down everything which is delusion-based. The world, as we know, is gone. Let us celebrate God. This isolation, which is seemingly endless, which is unknown future, which is compelling humanity to make 100% lifestyle change, is something to be deeply dwelled upon. All problems need to be addressed only with spiritual solutions and powerful cognitions. To stop people having mental breakdown, pandemic fatigue, collapsing, depression, destruction, and also give them super consciousness breakthrough and revive the enlightened civilization, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism continuously gives spiritual solutions and powerful cognitions. Some of the spiritual solutions and powerful cognitions are unclutching, practicing completion, practicing oneness, practicing ajapa japa of Mahavakya, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, consciously building deep feeling connection, yoga, puja, vegetarian diet, and nirahara samyama. The life solution based on the ancient Hindu tradition, the meditation and yoga techniques from the scriptures, the cognitions rooted in the highest truth, the lifestyle based on living and radiating the higher values of life, and powerful way of living and realizing one's ultimate potential form the foundation of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism's teachings, which by their inherent nature provide the foundation for peace on planet Earth. Through Annalayas under the red Om, the free food to all, via Kailasa's de facto spiritual embassies of Kailasa worldwide under the guidance of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, has served over 2 million organic sattvic vegetarian meals so far. Giving free food to all the citizens is the economic policy of Kailasa, deriving the reference from Vedas and Agamas. Recently, the humanitarian initiative launched by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is opening of the Kailasa's COVID care centers in India, where the monastery campuses have been turned into a multi-layer quarantine facility to safeguard the inmates against any possible point of contact with the outer world. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has opened this service free to all people, regardless of any differences in age, gender, caste, creed, ethnicity, color, or socio-economic status. Food, shelter, internet, and all basic facilities, including medical care, are provided at these COVID care centers, free of cost and for an indefinite time. The outcome has been splendid, zero infection rate so far among the participants, a feat not achieved anywhere else in the world, let alone in India. This response model of handling the COVID-19 pandemic at a community level, along with guidelines and recommendations for governments, has been recognized and accepted by the United Nations as well. Now you can see some of the glimpses where the participants of the COVID care program offered by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism are enjoying a healthy, blissful, spiritual lifestyle in multi-layered quarantine. They enjoy stress-free time following spiritual morning routine, doing yoga, doing puja, and temple sevas, kara sevas, and celebrating the festivals, and much more. So join the Kailasa's COVID Care Protection Centers, save your life if you are in India. Register now through the link below, https://kailasa.org/kailasa care. With this, we're going to move on to the next part of our program. Thank you so much. Nithyanandam.
Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Most easiest, most powerful, most inspiring, most exciting way to connect with life as the form of mother. Navaratri is the time to connect with Cosmos as mother. Celebrate Cosmic Mother. These 9 days we worship Mother, worshipping Divine Feminine.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ultimate divine descends in human body and expresses its extraordinary powers and experiences playfully. Sundareshwara is the embodiment of this statement. He is not Shiva as you understand, sitting in the Himalayas, frozen in the ice, in Samadhi. Sundareshwara is an artist with tremendous heart, ready to listen to human sufferings, ready to bend for human emotions. The one and only thing you need to obtain His grace is simple feeling connection. That's all. He bends for anybody, to any level. Even the word compassion is too small. He is still available. Even now, He is there. He assumes human body and relates with you, answers you, responds to you, raises you.
I don't know, I was lost. And then he was done speaking, and just tears just started pouring out of my face. I'm just like, ugh, I don't know what just happened. It was just like unbelievable, just unbelievable. I was just, I'm shaking now just remembering it.
I don't know what shifts inside you. It's just, I literally felt the strong initiation happening at that time when Swamiji blessed. I don't know, it just puts you in some different world altogether, and suddenly everything seems possible. Everything seems, like that impossibilities in that 1 second, fraction of a second, that impossibility drops from you. And you just, everything seems possible, that you get into that space of possibility. And I think, that is the greatest, dropping the impossibilities is really, and something changes in you, something shifts in you. You can physically feel the change. And the energy that is generated, it really, it's phenomenal.
There are some gods, 9 unknown gods. The moment you call, they will be there. Venkateshwara, Balaji. I tell you, people give so much for Venkateshwara because he does the job. He is a 9 unknown god. There is a village folk story where Venkateshwara borrows from Kubera for his marriage and he is still paying the debt. Venkateshwara takes the responsibility of reserve to reserve. This whole story, beautiful story of Venkateshwara is an amazing concept. He is making Yaksha into Lakshmi. He is making the reserve. It's an amazing truth. காளியின் ஆட்டத்தை ஆனந்தத்தை ஆனந்தத்தொடு ஆடிய ஆட்டத்தை கண்டோர் உயிருக்குளெல்லாம் இறங்கி குண்டலினிவில் உயிர்ப்பிக்கச் செய்து மாய மனத்தின் இருளை அகற்றி மாயம் அழித்து மங்களம் தந்து குரு பக்தியும் சிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ பக்தியும் பரமசிவ சக்தியும் அளிக்கின்றேன். மனமாயை விடுத்து குரு பதத்தை பற்றுங்கள். நித்யானந்தமாய் நிஜாவதாரமாய் வந்துதித்த என்னை பற்றி வாழ்வில் எல்லா நலமும் பெற்றிடுங்கள். ஓம் ஓம் ஓம்.
யாதுமாகி நின்றாய் காளி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் காளி ஓம் சக்தி, ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி ஓம் சக்தி.
ஓம் 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 ஓம்.
Here is the Australia Kailasa. How can I be so lucky and have a happy life in Kailasa? It's a long story. My name is Li Qi. My guru is His Divine Holiness Paramashivoham. Since I was very little, I already wonder what life for. I really want to know the result, the reason. A long time ago, I think if I earn enough money, I will be very happy person, and then life is for happy. I tried to earn money, and then I'm really rich, but money didn't give me happy. Then I tried to get the happy life in romantic love. Then the really romantic love take me go lots of place. Too many stories during this time. But I still don't feel I get the result, get the life reason. Then I start study from book, from video, from religion,